Maybe wait till I ask for help, okay? It's not easy coming up with something new and interesting to say every day. So I've been scouring TED and TEDx talks for inspiration. Not that I want to just copy them, but occasionally I'll come across a phrase that catches my attention, and I think I can perhaps build something around that. I heard one such phrase yesterday, and it triggered some things in me. The talk was by a woman called Anne Lamott, and she was listing the 12 truths that she'd learned during her lifetime. I'll put a link to the full talk in the description below. She summarised one of her 12 truths as follows, and I'm probably paraphrasing this because I'm doing it from memory. Don't let your help and goodness get all over everybody. Again, don't let your help and goodness get all over everybody. I love this, although I wasn't immediately sure why, but it certainly resonated with me. Perhaps it's because it combines things in an unusual way. We tend to think of helping people as a good thing, right? Yet the concept of having something all over us is kind of icky. Yeesh, how am I going to get all this help and goodness off me? Other phrases come to mind, like killing someone with kindness. I can imagine sitting amongst a group of people, everybody chatting, maybe some gossiping going on, and someone commenting about someone else. They're so helpful. And you sense perhaps just a little irony in their voice, to put it kindly. Some people are just so helpful. Isn't it nauseating? But there's something in the way that I say that suggests that the person's help is not sincere. But I don't think that's what the TED speaker intended, and it's not my intention either. There doesn't have to be anything insincere about the person's help or their offer to help for it to be problematic, sometimes at least. Look, I love doing jigsaw puzzles, and I really enjoy doing crosswords. But I hate it when someone comes along and helps, unless I ask first. As soon as someone helps, the achievement becomes something slightly less than entirely my own. And I want it to be mine. Mine, I say. That's a frivolous example, of course, but the key idea there is unless I ask for help. This next example I'm going to consider always seems to get on the nerves of women in particular. But if I'm in an unfamiliar place and looking for somewhere, initially, at least, I want to try to find it for myself. The woman's first instinct, on the other hand, is to ask for help. Part of this, I know, is my own reticence when it comes to dealing with people. I prefer to refer to the GPS or the map. But it also arises out of my experience that people's help is not always that helpful. The person gives you a string of instructions, you nod and smile, then immediately forget them and get lost again. I'd prefer that they said to me, "Oh, you can't get there from here." I once remember doing a lot of smiling in Germany when I tried to ask for directions in German, and they had the audacity to answer me back in German. I did a lot of nodding and smiling then. On that occasion, I overestimated my own facility in German. This need to do it for myself has something to do with pride. Yeah, sure, of course it does. Well, suck it up if that bothers you. I will ask when I really need to. I'll ask when I'm ready to. But I want to try it first. So, it comes back again to asking. This is also true when it comes to far more serious life challenges than just doing jigsaw puzzles or asking for directions. I will ask when I'm ready to ask. Maybe some people won't. Maybe sometimes I wait too long. But that's my choice. It seems that men have a reputation, amongst women at least, for wanting to fix things. Apparently men have to do something. I've never suffered from this affliction myself. But in my life, this has come largely from women. It's been women who've jumped in quickly with a solution when all I've been doing is venting, getting something out there so that I can see it differently, objectify it in some way. I haven't been looking for help other than to be listened to. I need to get it off my chest. The women in my life have always been too quick to offer solutions, to the extent that I didn't actually feel heard at all. Now, I know that women express exactly this feeling about the men in their life, so perhaps it's just a people issue rather than a gender issue. Unsolicited help is not always helpful, so I'm always cautious about offering help myself, particularly in situations where I don't in fact feel that I have anything much to offer in the way of help anyway. And vague offers of help such as, if there's anything I can do, well, these often sound to me more like politeness than genuine offers. Also, if someone offers what they perceive to be a brilliant solution to a problem and I don't immediately embrace it with enthusiasm, they can tend to bristle a little. I'm only trying to help. There are a zillion areas of life in which I can offer very little help to anyone, and maybe just a tiny handful where I think maybe I might have something to offer. I still prefer to be asked, though, rather than just to offer. But again, that's probably just me and my people issues. So, don't let your help and goodness get all over everybody. I have to admit there have been times in the past when I've felt slimed by people who mean well, and I'd rather not be a slimer myself.